Look, some pieces of studio gear just refuse to go away, and for good reason. Take this little plastic box sitting at just under 10 inches across. It's been the secret weapon on countless records for decades. When songwriters and live performers need something reliable that doesn't require a computer science degree to operate, this classic machine usually ends up in the room. What stands out right off the bat is the sheer weight of its history, but once you power it up, you realize why people are still talking about it. The layout is unapologetically retro, and honestly, clicking through those 12 velocity-sensitive pads feels a bit like stepping back into a 90s rehearsal space. But there's a charm to its tactile nature that modern touchscreens just cannot replicate. You get over 200 built-in sounds, and they aren't just sterile digital clicks either. Alesis packed this thing with their dynamic articulation tech, meaning the tone actually shifts slightly when a pad is struck harder, mimicking how a real drummer digs into a snare or a kick. Now, it is entirely housed in plastic, so it feels a bit lightweight compared to the heavy metal gear of today, meaning you might want to secure it down if things get intense on stage. But underneath that simple exterior, the workflow is lightning fast. Instead of programming every single hit from scratch, there are 50 preset patterns captured by actual studio drummers rather than just rigidly quantized loops, plus room for another 200 user patterns when inspiration strikes. Setting it up with a MIDI keyboard or looping it into a DAW is refreshingly straightforward, and having those dual foot switch jacks on the back makes live transitions surprisingly smooth when you need to trigger a fill on the fly. Sure, the onboard digital reverbs sound a little dated by modern standards, leaning heavily into that classic 90s sheen, and you won't find massive color screens or endless editing menus here. But that limitation is precisely where the magic happens. It forces you to just make music instead of endlessly tweaking settings. So yeah, if you want massive multi-gigabyte orchestral percussion libraries, this isn't going to cut it. But as a dedicated, no-nonsense rhythm partner that always shows up and just works, this timeless classic still holds its ground surprisingly well.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.